Yeah, straight from that east side, boys. Big 618 C's coming to you live. 4 hours from Memphis. 4 hours from Memphis. It's going down in Dallas. 8 hours from Dallas. It's going down in Dallas. The Memphis to Dallas pipeline, man. So Sadie Nash was not wrong. AK-47 was not wrong. Everybody who told them boys they was lying and they was clout chasing and they did it for the cap, they did it for the views, they conspired to make this up. We might have to give them an apology. But if you ain't the type to apologize, at least give them a pass or admit they might have been right this time, you know. Yeah, man. Say Pooh Shiesty, daddy's house got kicked in. You know, I did a lot of research on this, but I mean, I could have just went and broke it down, but we gonna watch. This is the reaction channel, so we gonna watch what the Family TV has to say about it, bro. I want y'all to go over to the Family TV and watch this joint, bro. Watch it in full, but we definitely gonna look at some of what the Family TV got to say, because you know the Family TV is one of the best in the game, bro. He one of the best to do it, bro. He is one of the best to do it. So why sit down and break it down when other people already did, because I was at work? We gonna watch the Family TV and let's get into it, man. And then after we watch a little bit of this, bro, I'm gonna tell y'all my thoughts about this, man. I think, dude, it's the biggest. He got to be the biggest crash out in the history of the rap game.
When the family feels
in Cordova, at the scene in Cordova, our crews have seen FBI and TBI agents going in and out of that house. The Shelby County Assessor's website lists this house as being owned by Lontrell Williams. That is the name of both Pooh Shiesty and his father. The rap star is in a halfway house right now after being released from federal.
It's a lot going on, fam. Been working on so many stories behind the scenes, but then I gotta prioritize as some come up. Fam, what if I told you the story we just covered less than 24 hours ago has already been confirmed by the federal government? Because earlier today, federal authorities held a press conference and released a federal complaint connected to a robbery and kidnapping case involving multiple individuals tied to Memphis and a rap scene. Names that have been circulating online, including Pooh Shiesty, Big 30, and even rumors surrounding Gucci Mane. According to investigators, 8 individuals alleged traveled from Memphis to Texas to carry out what authorities say was a planned robbery and kidnapping. But here's where the story gets even more interesting. Because while a lot of people online are claiming someone must be telling, federal authorities have not even publicly named the victim believed to be involved, even though many believe they know exactly who it is. Instead, investigators say a lot of the evidence may be coming from the suspect themselves, including actions within hours and days after the alleged robbery happened. So the real question,
Your boy, stay self-snitching, bro.
Question becomes, who's really telling? Or did the suspects allegedly leave behind more evidence than they realized? So in this video, we're going to go over this criminal complaint in its entirety. And I won't talk too much after, because I want you guys to hear from the U.S. District Attorney himself and some of the questions he was asked and some of his answers. So before we go over this one and wrap up this update until more come out, I want you guys to remember, I don't give you no angle. I should give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're going to jump right to it. Fam, if you want to check out the update on how we got to this point and a full breakdown on Pooh Shiesty and his dad, check the first video out. I'll leave the link in the bio. But 2 Memphis rappers and 7 others have been arrested following an FBI investigation into an alleged robbery and kidnapping involving other rappers. The North Texas U.S. Attorney's Office held a press conference in Dallas on Thursday morning, announcing the arrest of 9 people, including Memphis rapper Lontrell Williams Jr., also known as Pooh Shiesty. The FBI in Memphis also confirmed that Shiesty's father, Lontrell Williams Sr., was also arrested following a raid Wednesday, in which we covered at the family's home in Cordova. The Department of Justice says Shiesty, along with his right-hand man, Rodney Wright Jr., also known as Big 30, and 7 others, are accused of robbing and kidnapping multiple victims at a Music Dallas studio, all including Atlanta rapper Radrick Davis, known as Gucci Mane, his CEO. Arrests were made in Memphis, Nashville, and Dallas. The other arrests included Condarius Waters, Terrence Rogers, Demarion Gibson, DeMarcus Glover, Corday Johnson, and Darian McDaniel. According to the DOJ, on January 10, 2026, just weeks after his release of FDO, Pooh Shiesty and 3 other music professionals traveled from Memphis to Dallas for a meeting with the 2 music professionals to discuss a contract with one of the victims. Investigators allege that while the men were inside the studio, Shiesty and 8 co-conspirators held him at gunpoint. The DOJ say Shiesty forced one of the victims to sign a release form from the music label while being threatened with the firearm. Authorities allege other suspects stole cash and high-value items, including a Rolex watch and jewelry. Screenshot of a video from Terrence Rogers' social media account depicted a Rolex believed to be stolen in the robbery. The DOJ also says one of the victims was choked to the point of near unconsciousness. Big 30 is accused of barricading the door to prevent the victims from leaving. Shiesty's father is accused of helping plan and carry out the incident. The DOJ says suspects later posted photos on social media with items believed to have been stolen during a robbery. This is screenshots of DeMarcus Glover's social media account depicting him wearing purportedly stolen jewelry. Pooh Shiesty was released from federal prison 6 months ago after pleading guilty to a firearm and drug charges. If convicted, the DOJ says each individual could face a sentence to up to life in prison. Now, these was the main pictures in that criminal complaint that I had to scrap for, fam, because it was only released via hard copy inside that news conference. Now that you guys are caught up on this indictment or this criminal complaint, check out the news conference.
This week, 9 individuals, including well-known musical artists, kidnapped and robbed at gunpoint numerous victims at a music studio in Dallas, Texas. 8 of the 9 were arrested yesterday in Dallas, Memphis, and Nashville. These individuals who are charged and arrested include Lontrell Williams Jr., also known as Pooh Shiesty, Lontrell Williams Sr., Rodney Wright Jr., also known as Big 30, Kadarius Waters, Demarion Gibson, DeMarcus Glover, Corday Johnson, Darian McDaniel, and Terrence Rogers has not been arrested yet, but will be soon. The complaint alleges that on January 10th of this year, 3 music industry professionals traveled to Dallas for a scheduled business meeting. Lontrell Williams Jr. arranged this meeting purportedly to discuss the terms of his recording contract with one of the victims. As alleged, once these 3 men were inside the recording studio, Williams Jr. and 8 co-conspirators, several of whom traveled from Memphis, Tennessee, executed a coordinated armed takeover. As alleged, Williams Jr. produced an AK-style pistol and forced one of the victims to sign a release from the recording contract at gunpoint. The remaining conspirators displayed firearms and robbed the other victims of Rolex watches, jewelry, cash, and other high-value items. One of the victims was actually choked by one of the defendants to the point of near unconsciousness. Defendant Wright barricaded the studio door with his body to prevent the victims from escaping. The ringleader of the conspiracy, Lontrell Williams Jr., was on home confinement at the time of the offense, as alleged, for a prior firearms conspiracy charge and conviction out of the Southern District of Florida. Towards the end of his prison sentence, he had been granted home detention. Part of the terms of his home detention were that he would not commit another federal offense or possess a firearm. His father, Lontrell Williams Sr., is alleged to have helped plan and execute the federal kidnapping as charged in the complaint. And as described further in the complaint, within hours of leaving the Dallas studio, a number of the defendants were on social media displaying some of the items that appeared to be the jewelry that had been robbed from the victims. The charging document outlines some of the evidence, just some, establishing the defendants' roles in the federal offense. This is as follows: electronic monitoring data placing Williams Jr. at the offense location, which would put him in violation of his home detention conditions. Cell phone records and license plate reader data corroborating the coordinated travel of multiple defendants from Memphis, Tennessee to Dallas. Rental car records confirming Williams Sr. rented a vehicle that was used by the group, surveillance footage from the offense location, a nearby office supply store, and a hotel where several of the defendants stayed following the offense. Fingerprint evidence as well that was recovered from the crime scene, matching at least two of the defendants. Social media posts by defendants displaying what appears to be stolen property just in the days following the offense. Greyhound bus records confirming the travel of multiple defendants from Dallas to Memphis the day after the offense. In this case, came to Dallas to conduct legitimate business, and they were met with firearms and violence as alleged in the charging document. This case should serve as a warning to others who believe that using violence and intimidation tactics to rob others in our community is a viable way to conduct business. I'm here to say that it is not, and that if you choose to do this, we will, together with our law enforcement partners here and the other ones in the Northern District of Texas, will bring you swiftly to justice. I want to thank the FBI Dallas Violent Crimes Task Force, the FBI's Memphis Resident Agency and Nashville Field Office, the Memphis Safe Task Force, the Dallas Police Department, the United States Attorney for the Western District of Tennessee, Michael Dunovit, and AUSA Greg Wagner, the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of Texas, my dear friend and colleague Jay Combs, and the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Middle District of Tennessee, including my colleague Braden Busek, for their outstanding contributions in this multi-jurisdictional investigation and prosecution. I'd also like to highlight the extraordinary work. None of this happens without the extraordinary work of our AUSAs in this office, and I'm here to say we have the best AUSAs in the entire country. That includes AUSAs Robert Withers, Claire Demers, and my violent crime chief, Jeremy Fugate. This case really underscores the importance of standing up for crime victims, no matter who they are or where they come from, and the incredible collaborative investigative partnerships that we have, not only in the Northern District of Texas, but across the country. And we are all working together to make our country safer. So thank you for being here today, and I'll answer some questions after my colleague here speaks. But now I'm going to turn it over to him, and this is Jeremy Wright, who's the Dallas FBI Assistant Special Agent in charge.
Yeah, thank you, Ryan. Good morning, everybody. As Ryan said, my name is Jeremy Wright, Assistant Special Agent in charge for FBI Dallas. As United States Attorney Raybold said, we're here today to announce the arrest of several individuals in the Memphis and Nashville, Tennessee areas, as long as one here in Frisco, Texas. These arrests are the result of a violent kidnapping of 3 individuals here in the Dallas area. The majority of those arrested did travel from Memphis to Dallas to commit that offense. Our office collaborated with multiple law enforcement agencies and other FBI offices to carry out this investigation that ultimately led to these arrests. So I'd like to thank the Dallas Violent Crimes Task Force, Dallas Police Department, the Memphis Safe Task Force, Memphis, Tennessee Police Department, and the Shelby County, Tennessee Sheriff's Department for helping with this investigation. Violent crime does remain a top priority for the FBI, and we dedicated significant resources from here in Dallas FBI, Nashville, Little Rock, Birmingham, and Atlanta FBI offices to investigate and successfully arrest these individuals. We remain committed to investigating violent crimes like these. No matter who you are, we will fight every day alongside our partners to make our communities safer. So, thank you.
And we have time for some questions. If you would just identify who you were with and your name would be helpful. Yes, sir.
Kevin Reese with WFAA.
Hi, Kevin.
It may be in the release that you're going to send us, but can you be more specific to who these victims are and a specific location of this studio that you were talking about?
I'll answer the last part first. Yes, it'll be in the complaint, and we're happy to get you a copy of that. It's now unsealed. It was off Dallas Parkway in Dallas, Texas, a music studio. That's what's identified in the complaint. As far as victims go, we won't get into at this time who the victims are or not.
Chase with the Dallas Morning News. Can you describe the injuries suffered by the 3 victims?
So one of the victims, and this is actually in the complaint, and we'll get you a copy as well. There's a photograph of the injury. It looks like there's some abrasions on the neck and arm.
You were still
Pooh, you know you really shiesty. That boy said on FDO, grandma told me keep the grass cut the whole time. I'm the biggest snake or the biggest slime or something. So I low key feel like that was a Gucci line, like he slimed out WAP. That Frisco, Texas arrest, right? Let's talk about it. We all know he was at the halfway house. So when everybody kept saying he was in jail and people saying he not, they probably had put him in the halfway house and they probably restricted his movement. And they say he was supposed to get out the halfway house yesterday. So Frisco, Texas ain't too far away from where that home was at that was raided, not real for anyway. And so he was likely there at a halfway house in Frisco, Texas. But them boys cook, man. Them boys is overly done barbecue, burnt brisket, baby back ribs. Them boys is burnt ends, bro. Like they got GPS, they got cell phone, rental car records, video footage, fingerprints, social media, eyewitnesses, bro. It was eyewitnesses. That's man. Then they sent the hitters on a Greyhound, and I guarantee these young, I don't want to call them dumb, but these young gangsters, these YNs use their real name on the Greyhound. I ain't even gonna talk about back in the day, but you know, you don't use your, come on, man. They use their real name on the Greyhound, bro. I bet you they did when that paperwork come out, bro. I guarantee they did, man. But one thing we do know about Shiesty gonna do it himself. He gonna do it himself. He will do it to you. In this one and the last one that he was on parole for. Yeah. So we know he'll do it. But my question is, bro, when will these idiots stop posting their crimes on social media for clout, bro? I guarantee if a young man, you take two young men, right? Bro just bought a rollie off his business that he started. And bro just bought a rollie that he stole. You both gonna get some clout, bro, but I guarantee you gonna get badder chicks if you the guy that stole the rollie. I mean, not if I don't know, man. I was finna say if you the guy that worked hard for the rollie, but these chicks nowadays, man, I don't know. That just made my whole point fucking irrelevant, bro. It just made my whole point freaking irrelevant. But anyway, yeah, I just was thinking about it. It made me irrelevant. But yeah, bro, like y'all gotta stop this, bro. Look, if you young, bro, even if you grown, bro, stop posting your crimes on the internet, bro. Like nobody needs to know. Back in the day, it's a secret society. All we ask is trust. No G money shit. All we got is us. That's what I'm saying, bro. It's a secret society. All we got is trust. No G money stuff, bro. Y'all gotta stop posting y'all crimes on the internet, bro. Like, and I was talking to somebody today, and I was like, bro, just a few months ago, we thought Dirk was the biggest crash out on the internet. But then somebody that actually looks up to Dirk goes and crashes out way harder than Dirk crashed out. Because if you listen to that Pooh Shiesty exclusive interview, you can tell that like he idolized, he looked up to Dirk, bro. And he had a bigger crash out than Dirk. It's so not cool. So not cool, bro. But yeah, man, it's crazy, man. I pray for these young boys out here in these streets, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't pass no judgment because I was once one of them. You know what I'm saying? But I pray for y'all, bro, that you can find another way like so many other people did, bro, because it's prosperous out here, bro. It's a whole lot of ways to get money where you don't have to risk your life and risk the lives of the people you love. You already know, man. I'm Big 618Cs. If anybody told you they love you, bro, I love you. Sis, I love you. If anybody ever told you they want to see you win, bro, sis, I do want to see you win. I'm Big 618Cs, man. I'm out.